Exactly. That's what passion really is.
Yeah.
You be the best, and you figure out how to do it, and like.
It's not higher math.
Right.
But whatever you got, whatever's in front of you, all right, this is what I'm given. It's what God put in front of me. You know what? Be the best at it.
Yep.
That's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not. It is very doable.
Yeah.
Even by the common folk at whatever it is, like us. We are. I don't know. I don't know if I'm common or uncommon or what.
I was just saying.
You're not common.
You guys are common folk, because I don't think I'm common folk.
I'm not. I don't know.
I think we already established the guy that comes in and says, "I'm the best at everything I do."
Well, a lot of
It's not
those
common.
decisions, because even as a young kid,
But
look,
then he backed it up.
Yeah.
yeah, he backed it up.
Can back it up.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
almost annoying.
And I
how
used to
good
not
he
be that
is.
way.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Jennifer Hardy, har har.
Believe it or not,
Welcome to the Lawyer Dana Show.
the Lawyer Dana podcast.
Wow, we have a lot to talk about.
Da 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 da.
Then we're gonna do it right after this, and da 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 da.
Welcome to the Lawyer Dana Podcast.
So Todd, world champion American skeet shooter, only 26 times. We talk a lot about skeet, but so you said something that I thought was fabulously wise. Has nothing to do with shooting. Well, maybe.
If you're forced into something, you don't have passion for the process, you're wasting your time.
So it's interesting because have you heard Mike Rowe's take on passion? So he says, so you got this. How many of us have seen that actress up there with the trophy in hand saying, "Don't give up on your dreams, kid. You can do it. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't." And she's literally telling that to everybody else in the world who didn't.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't have a talent or skill for it. And he goes into some things like he wanted to be a woodworker, but he was terrible at it. And he talks about then a garbage man who became fabulously wealthy. And he interviewed the guy and said, "What did you do? Like, how did you become successful? What's the secret to your success?" And the guy said, and I'm paraphrasing all this, but the guy basically said, "Well, I looked at what everybody else was doing, and then I went the other way. I found something that nobody else wanted to do, and then I figured out how to do it." And the lesson in all of it was following your passion can be a really bad guide. But in whatever you do, bring your passion with you.
Absolutely.
Because that garbage man became real passionate about other people's crap and other people's trash and became brilliant at it. And I think that you can make a choice to be passionate about things or not, and that it's an active decision. Because even if you are in something like, hey, this is the job you could get in order for maybe some other thing, but if the only job that you can get is dishwasher at a restaurant,
Then be the best at it.
exactly. That's what passion really is.
Yeah.
You be the best, and you figure out how to do it, and like,
It's not higher math.
right.
But whatever you got, whatever's in front of you, all right, this is what I'm given. It's what God put in front of me. You know what? Be the best at it.
Yep.
That's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not. It is very doable.
Yeah.
Even by the common folk at whatever it is, like us. We are. I don't know. I don't know if I'm common or uncommon or what.
I was just saying.
You're not
You
common.
guys
not-
are common folk, because I don't think I'm common folk.
I'm not. I don't know.
I think we already established the guy that comes in and says, "I'm the best at everything I do."
Well, a lot
It's
of
not
those
common.
decisions, because even as a young kid,
But
look,
then he backed it up.
Yeah.
yeah, he backed it up.
Can back it up.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
almost annoying.
And I
how
used to
good
not
he
be that
is.
way.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about a passionate failure? I used to be a massively passionate failure. Like when I was young, first off, I was like one of the youngest in the class. Like a week later, and I would have been like the next class.
too young.
Yeah, right. So I was like always the youngest, always the smallest. whenever I played on any team sports, like I always sucked in comparison to everybody. And so like I'm trying to compete like at a level above me, really. Yeah. And this is why lately I see like parents that are like all about their kids skipping class and moving ahead. And part of me is like, what's your hurry? Yeah. What really is your hurry? Like you want them to be graduated at 19 so that they can go, from college at 19 or graduated from high school at 15. Or like, why don't you let them live a little bit and be kids and have a balanced, well out life and like have them a little, pretty
Which is
equal.
probably more important.
It is more important, I think.
Yeah.
You're kind of stealing something from them you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. There's a balance of everything.
Absolutely.
There's really is. And I remember just being so young and so little and scrawny. Like I was on the championship soccer team bench.
You still are kind of little and scrawny, just throwing that out there.
I know. I know.
Yeah, let's sit you
Especially
guys
now
together
I've lost,
and like get
how many
that
have
shot.
I lost 40 pounds or 35 pounds? So I was at 222, now I'm at 187. So that's
good for you.
Yeah.
Since September, in 9 months. But anyway, and that's a whole different thing about my diet and how that happened. But I'll tell you this. One of the ways that I lost it, I used Lanny's system with food.
Yeah.
Because I happened to be going to Disney World and went through this like chocolate emporium at Universal Studios. And like it's like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, but off-brand, but done very well. Like it's they got soothsaying it's not Willy Wonka, but it's the chocolate factory for sure. Everybody calls it the chocolate factory, but it's technically the chocolate emporium. They have everything, and it's perfectly done. Everything in there. And what I did was, all right, I can't eat this anymore. Why don't I just visualize myself eating it? Because I read Freedom Flight the morning that I left, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm like packing a book, like, all right, we're going to put this in there. And I was like, oh, this one. And I read the end, and I was like,
it's an amazing
read
book.
It. And then you
It's
read the
amazing.
beginning.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, I had finished the book.
Yeah. It's
and I was like, I wonder if you can do that for food. And it occurred to me, and I was like, can I do this with food? Because this was right after I had to make a permanent lifestyle change. And then I'm going into the lion's den, right, of temptation.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I did? I walked up to that case, and I visually in my mind imagined just like the preload. Pick it up, put it in my mouth, eat it, taste it, like every process, the whole part of it, all of it for eating that. Feel it go down and feel everything, right? And I tried it, and it worked. And then I realized I can eat everything in the store all at once. And at first I was like, this is just as good as actually eating it. And then I realized, no, it's not. It's much, much better. Because then I learned to only pull the positive out of it, and it's not going on my body.
You're not paying for the calories, but the whole impulse to eat that comes from here.
Yes.
Your stomach's not telling you to eat that.
It's only mental.
This is telling. So if you can satisfy that.
Yep.
And not pay for the 3,000 calories.
Yep. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm just as satisfied.
Or the massive stomach ache from eating the whole store.
About wine tasting. And now I can go to wine tastings with my friends. I just want to listen to them describe it, and I am experiencing it just as well. I'm happier doing this than I was actually putting the food and calories and sugar
I'm not
into
there
my body.
yet. I actually want to taste the wine. I'm not quite there
I
yet.
feel you. There's nothing wrong
Everyone
with that.
has their own road.
Yeah, everybody has their own road.
Yeah.
But you also don't. It does help when you have fairly debilitating pain if you actually consume it. Because I have I've had electroshocks in the back of, if I eat that, this really hurts, and it's connected. And so I have a huge fear of it.
That's awesome.
That it's, so one of the actually a theme of the show is everything that happens to you. It's not something that happens to you. It's something that happens for you.
Absolutely.
Every experience that you have in
Everything.
life is a privilege and something that happens for you, no matter how it feels, no matter what the flavor of the emotion is. And it is a great blessing. And I told you earlier, like I haven't felt this good since I was 16, and I started drinking at 17.
Yeah.
And when I was 16, I was executing on everything in my life really, really well. And I, in every way, am very well aligned with that. I feel like I am at a peak of execution, and my self-image with, because I've failed at a lot of things. I just keep trying and keep staying at it and keep doing more, and I know what I can do, and I believe in what I do, and I just keep.
Those are the
doing
guys
it.
you have to look out for. It's those that catch you.
And you have to look out for those at lawyerdana.com and on the Lawyer Dana
'Cause
podcast.
that's what they do.
That is what we do. So, all right. Well, a lot of times we like to have these moments of kind of ho-hum and nothing to talk about for the podcast. But I feel like there's more. I feel like there's more.
I want to know if you just confessed to a crime,
What crime?
drinking when you were 17.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, statute of limitations
Yeah.
is passed.
Oh, okay, all right, just checking. Just checking. I'm like,
Yep.
edit. Do we need to
I
edit?
started drinking at it might have been right before I turned 17. I think it was the summer between junior and senior year.
Were you the best at it?
No. There was this one time. I think I started drinking it had to have been between my sophomore and junior year or something maybe, or like, I don't know. But I do remember one time before band started, and it was my senior year, and so we have summer band, and it was
You were a band geek, weren't you?
yes.
You were a band geek.
I was a trumpet player.
Trumpet. Did
Yeah.
you hear the man? He played a trumpet.
Yeah.
I hear he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, he
But
I
still,
was good.
that's pretty much pretty high on the geek level.
Okay, but he plays drums now. He plays
I
drums.
am a combination of a geek and a nerd.
Yeah, nice. You're
Hand in
right.
hand.
You're up there.
But I like guns. I've evolved to. I like guns and,
That
and
brings
Maybe
you
that's
fast
the
cars.
ones
Yeah.
you need to look out for.
Yeah, I figured out how to be cool enough. I got a hot wife. That's all that matters, right?
And a sports car.
Ching, yeah. So the 10th graders, the sophomores come in. It was 10th, 11th, and 12th, right? And there's like the sophomores come in to learn how to march for marching band, and there's like marching band before school, and there's like, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks or something, and you learn the routine, you do all that stuff. But the first week is the freshmen, because they learn how to stand, how to turn, how to walk,
Yeah.
like the basic fundamentals, teaching that stuff. And so we have a party, and I'll just call out David Jones on this one. He's my best friend since then. And David, so we have this was back in the days of the Bartles and James wine coolers, right?
Cracking up our production
So-
team over there.
And I'm pretty sure there must have been some lime green or different ones. I don't know. You would think I was drinking the red ones. or
Don't
whatever.
ask me. I wouldn't know.
So,
Yeah.
so we watch, and David had this like Mazda truck with a bed on the top, and I was hungover as hell, laying on that bed. And then band is over, and so David says, "Get in." I'm in the passenger side, and David, knowing how hungover I am, decides to jerk drive all the way around from one side of the school to the other, and he swings around. The band hall's here. He swings around right here. I fall out. I know the band's on this side, so I fall out. He gets out. I fall out the driver's side, and I puke fluorescent green, glowing fluorescent green.
That's an awesome entrance.
And there's all these parents.
Yeah.
And I'm the role model at the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it started going downhill for
Kids,
a
don't
short period of
drink.
time. Yeah.
We do not condone
Yeah, do
drinking
not do that.
before 21.
I am
Or
now a
if-
non-drinker.
If you do drink, don't drink Bartles and James green stuff.
Yeah. No green stuff. It was not good. Don't do it. Don't do it. So learn from my mistakes, please. The whole point of the podcast is so you can learn from my mistakes and share wisdom. Yeah.
Use
If
Dana's
you're gonna
rear view
drink
mirror.
good.
So yeah, that was I can't believe I told that story.
No, don't
But
get
yeah.
me started on stories. I'm from the 60s and 70s.
All right, let's hear it.
I've been on top of, and
Not gonna get you.
I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and over my career, 50 years, I've done some things.
So
I
all
was
right,
younger.
Tell
but,
us one of the craziest things that actually happened, like at a world championship. Tell us what just a world championship is like. Describe a world championship format.
No, I want
Like,
the
or
crazy
whatever.
version.
All right, I want both, but
What you got, Todd?
So the World Championships, on average, is about 1,000 shooters around the planet. Held in San Antonio, Texas, the only club big enough to hold it. I've been to 47 straight. And
you going to go next year? You still-
I am. I'm retired.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
you're
out.
not going to compete. Are you
I'm
going to go?
coach.
You're
I'm
gonna
coaching.
coach.
I'm coaching for 8 days.
Perfect.
I figured out how I could go there and smoke cigars and drink beer with my friends and just be there. So I'm going to teach like 5 hours a day. That's a long story, but I'll be there. So that's the World Championships. It's the best on the planet. It's really hard to win.
I bet.
And the game, my sport, you have to be perfect. So there's 550 targets over the week. So 250 12-gauge targets, 120, 128, 114. And the holy grail, the top of the pyramid of the sport, is to break 550 out of 550. It hadn't been done that much. I've broken 4 of them, and I broke 3 in a row back to back. That's one of the things that no one's ever going to do in the game. So I've done it a lot, and that's the World Championships. It's 8 days of keeping your shit straight because you have to be perfect. So now that's the World Championship at my level. That's what wins me. So I'm looking forward to going back this October because I'm not competing. I'm not trying to have to be perfect, which I've done for the last 47 years. I'm just tired of that. My stories are pretty harsh. I mean, even if I stop talking about the illegal stuff, it's hard to talk about.
Well, you have an attorney friend now, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Your attorney would probably tell you,
I've had great fun.
don't film that and put it out on the internet for everyone to see.
We didn't do that.
Good.
But yeah, I'm going to pass on that one.
All right. Well, fair enough. But I will tell you this: his program. We're in this one. So his program, the Bender Basham, is coming back to Dallas in September. Around the 22nd?
I think it's the 24th, 25th.
24th?
yes.
23rd, 24th,
23rd,
whatever that
24th,
weekend is.
25th.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay. There's 4 seats left as of the time of filming this, but this is going to be
Actually, 2.
2? 2 seats left. Okay. So if you don't get this one, try and get the next one. But he's also available for private coaching, and it is the best of any of the seminars that I have ever gone to.
Thank you.
Period. He is the world's greatest. He's the world's greatest at Skeet. History's greatest, yeah? And
It
he's
transfers into every area of life. I mean, go and be with this man and get better.
Absolutely.
in
I
every
mean, you've probably
aspect.
made me better at everything that I do in life. And
I
I already
wouldn't go that
did,
far.
did things pretty well. Last summer later. And then this is from Todd. So,
He wanted to know.
look at it. So, and but he's also available. Maybe in August. August is probably going to fill it. But Todd Bender INTL for international. ToddBenderINTL.com for his schedule, classes. He's got videos. You've got the one that is point of view. It's like
Yeah,
a camera.
so the DVD is available on that site, and there's a bunch of information on that site. So if you're a shooter and you just want some information, it's all there.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
there's a bunch of information, a bunch of resources on that site.
Learning from him will save you hundreds or thousands, probably thousands of dollars, and especially huge amounts of time of doing things wrong. That's one of the
That
biggest
he has
reasons.
to fix.
And then you get bad habits that you have to fix.
Which can be a pain in the ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I've known that ever since I was a musician, because I started out playing trumpet with really bad habits.
Right.
And I don't like. That's why I seek out the world's greatest experts
And probably,
before I do anything.
this is pretty accurate, 50% of my clients, when they come to me for a daily workup, 50% of them, I spend half the day trying to break the old habits before I can introduce new ones. because they've spent 15, 20 years, and that's why they come to me. They've hit a ceiling. They're not going to get any better. And they'll come to me, dude, I got a problem, I got to fix it. And I can fix it, but they've got 15 years of implementing this bad habit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were smart, you'd probably start off right.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't have that wasted time
Yep.
of half the day trying to break old habits. We just start out with new habits. And so that's the way to go. In fact, I've
Exactly.
always said I'm in the sport for 50 years, right? And if I ever pick up anything else, the first thing I'm going to do is find who knows what the hell's going on and do it right.
Yep.
Because I've seen so much in my last 50 years of my life. I've watched so many people with bad habits, and you just don't snap your fingers to get rid of that.
Nope.
You got to break those habits, and then we learn doing it right.
Yep.
So you know what? Let's learn it right from the start.
Exactly.
And any sport, any endeavor I'll pick up after shooting, now that I'm retired, and I may not, I don't know. But I'm going to find I'm going to find the best who knows what's going on.
Exactly.
And because it'll save me time and money.
And that is what I did when I found his program. And
Thank you.
that is what I'm going to continue to do. I'm on cloud 9 that I found you as an instructor.
No, thank you.
I'm not kidding. I've done some of the world's best and world's greatest programs and spent tons of money on stuff to learn a variety of different things. And I've had some really exceptional instructors and class. And the combination of you and Lanny is epic.
It means a lot to me.
Epic.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I'm
you have
not
my
going to
highest,
say that
highest
about
of the highest
working with
recommendation.
you, Dana, because then there would be no living with you after.
I'm not as good. He's better. He is definitely better. And that's what you're going to see. So subscribe. Please give us some comments. Tell us if you liked Todd. And tell us if you liked Brenda, who sat in his second chair today for Jennifer Hardy Har, who is on a much-deserved week vacation, actually, at Disney World. And in the meantime, we will see you in the next episode of the Lawyer Dana Podcast.
The Lawyer Dana Podcast.